So, Revolut's making a massive bet, a $13 billion bet to be exact, that it can become the world's first truly global bank. In this explainer, we're going to break down their four-part strategy to see if this incredible gamble could actually pay off.
Okay, so where's Revolut starting from? An absolutely incredible 65 million customers. I mean, to put that in perspective, that's more people than the entire population of the UK, which is their home market. That is a huge user base for any company, let alone a fintech.
But of course, they are not stopping there. The big goal is 100 million customers by the middle of 2027. So what does that mean? It means they have to add another 35 million users in just a couple of years. We're talking about acquiring a customer base the size of Canada's entire population. It's ambitious, to say the least.
Which, brings up the really big question. How on earth do you fund that kind of explosive growth? Signing up millions of customers across multiple continents? Well, that's going to require a massive war chest.
So, let's talk about that war chest. Because this isn't just some goal they've written down on a piece of paper. Nope, Revolut is putting some very, very serious money behind this vision. And the price tag for this global expansion? A staggering $13 billion over the next 5 years. That is more than the entire GDP of a country like Jamaica. It is a monumental bet on their ability to scale up and just dominate new markets.
So where's all that cash going? Well, it looks like they're playing offense on two fronts at once. They're doubling down on their established markets while at the same time fueling new growth. You can see a huge $4 billion commitment to their home turf in the UK, over $1 billion for Western Europe, and a $500 million push to try and crack the super competitive US market.
And this investment isn't just about code and marketing campaigns. It's about people. This funding is set to support 10,000 new jobs around the world. This is the actual human engine they're building to power this whole massive expansion.
Okay, so they've got the money, but what's the actual plan, right? How do you turn billions of dollars into tens of millions of customers? Well, for Revolut, it all comes down to a four-pillar strategy. So this is their blueprint for growth, and it's actually pretty logical when you break it down. Use aggressive expansion to get into new markets. You win those customers over with constant innovation in your product. You capture the really valuable business market, and then you amplify all of that through high-profile partnerships. And this quote from the CEO, Nick Storonsky, really just ties it all together. The end goal here isn't just to be another big fintech app. The real prize is to build the world's first truly global bank.
All right, let's dig into that first pillar and see how this all builds into a plan for a worldwide footprint. Because this is where a huge chunk of that $13 billion investment is going.
And when you look at their expansion plan, wow, it's a true global blitz. They're jumping into high-growth emerging markets like Latin America and India, making their first big strategic move into Africa, and they're also reinforcing their core European stronghold with a new HQ in Paris. This is not some cautious, step-by-step approach. This is an all-out land grab.
But hey, you can't just plant a flag in a new country and expect to win, right? You need to have the best product. And that brings us right to pillar number 2, innovation.
So, the crucial point here is that their focus isn't just on basic banking stuff. They are pushing hard into advanced areas, jumping headfirst into things like AI and even private banking. The whole goal is to build a complete financial ecosystem that keeps them way ahead of the competition.
And is all this product focus paying off? You bet! The platform is now processing over 1 billion transactions every single month. Let that sink in. That's roughly 380 transactions every second, which just shows you how deeply their product is becoming a part of their users' daily lives.
All right, let's look at the final 2 pillars. These are all about capturing the business market and then, shouting their success from the rooftops. So their business-to-business arm, Revolut Business, has kind of quietly become an absolute powerhouse. It just hit $1 billion in annualized revenue. I mean, that is a huge milestone that puts it in the same league as some major standalone B2B fintechs. It's proof that their ecosystem approach is really working.
And finally, for pillar 4, how do you get the word out? You go big. Like really big. A perfect example is their new global partnership with the future Audi F1 team. This puts their name right in front of hundreds of millions of viewers all around the world.
So, with all that funding secured and the 4-pillar strategy in place, let's zoom out one last time and put this entire, incredibly ambitious vision into perspective.
So here it is, their roadmap to global dominance.
The plan is to hit that 100 million customer mark in the next couple of years and then use that momentum to catapult into over 30 new markets by 2030. You can see how each milestone is really designed to fuel the next one.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? The money's there, the blueprint is set, and the ambition is just off the charts. But can Revolut actually execute on all these fronts at once to build the world's first truly global bank? Or is this $13 billion bet just too big to win?